my name is Rumbi and welcome to the candidate debates for the 2024 DSU Student Leadership Elections. Today we've got the Academic Executive Officer candidates with us today who will talk to us about their manifestos and why they should be elected. Now before we begin, let's meet the candidates. Let's start with you.
My name is Mohit Shivnani. I am third year international student.
My name is Roy Mark Weller and I'm a PhD student.
My name's Sean Baker. I'm a third year animation student.
I'm Will Edwards and I'm a third year software engineering student.
My name is Cassandra Trainer and I'm a third year undergraduate student.
Now, before we begin, I believe you've all brought an object that is meaningful to you or represents you, am I right? Yeah. So let's begin over here.
Cool. This is a plush axolotl that my girlfriend bought for me. It's one of the first plushes she bought for me and it's very important to me. We have quite a lot of them now that we're living together, kind of a shared collection. So that's, yeah.
I brought my rock top badge because I'm into rock music, and also with being in society I've met a lot of friends and been able to enjoy my time at university because of that.
Yeah. Very cool.
I brought my dragon, but it's on my keys 24/7, but I'm obsessed with dragons. It's why I'm actually animating my final year project, right?
That's right.
I have this little crocheted frog, and in my last role, a student at the end of the year gave this to me to say thank you for being such a good teacher, I hope. And yeah, it normally lives on my bag. But today, actually, as I was crossing campus, the little keychain came off it, and luckily someone pointed it out to me. So could have lost it on my way here, but luckily it's with me always, wherever I go.
Yeah.
Shit.
So generally, I do not object, but I have something to say like, Zanaka, I want to be happy and keep smiling.
Nice words of welcome there. Okay, thank you all for that. Now, for clarification, these candidates are running for the executive officer role. That means if elected, they will spend 12 months working full-time at DSU to bring about change in their specific areas. In this case, ensuring that academic interests of students are fairly represented and academic experience is the best it can be. So candidates, tell me, why would you be a good fit for this role? Sorry, my bad.
I think my connections with the professors and kind of staff and my faculty would help me to get the job done quite well. I think that I've worked in my time at the university, even though I'm a third year undergraduate, quite a lot with the staff already because I'm a course rep and I'm doing the front runner job right now. So I think I could definitely transfer those connections into proper communication when I'm in the role.
No, you're certainly right, yeah. And would you like to go next?
Well, at the moment I'm a course rep and I've been for 3 years and 2 years student council, and during that time I've been able to speak to different students and understand their perspectives and discuss with them what issues they've got, and because of that I've been able to know what students need to have changed, and I'll be able to change that in the position should I be elected.
Yeah.
So obviously I've been a student here for 3 years, and during that time I personally acknowledged a lot of things that I think need to change. And I think in order to change something, it's better if you have actually been through what you're trying to change, because then you clearly understand what you want to focus on.
Yeah, you're right.
So I've been a student at DMU for 8 years now. I've done my undergraduate, I did BSc Media Production, I did a master's degree, and now I'm doing a PhD and I'm in my final year of that. I've also taught at the university, and I taught media production, the social media module. I was a module leader, and part of what I think that I bring to the role is that I've also had experience throughout the whole spectrum of education. So I've taught from primary school all the way up to university and everything in between. I feel I have a true understanding of what it means to be a student and what it means to be a teacher. So to foster that communication and understand those links, I think makes me an ideal candidate for this position.
So the main reason why it worked for me is because it's been now 3 years I've been DMU student, and since then I'm serving. In the beginning of journey, like I started with the board member and then became the student ambassador with the DMU, and now I'm like for two consecutive, I'm the course rep of business management and human resource management. So where I came across through so many challenges and students raised addressing their issues. So it's quite familiar. Like I came out on rules and regulations about the DMA. So that's why I'm the ideal candidate for student executive officer.
Nice, amazing, guys. Thank you for some great responses here. As I'm sure you're all aware, only one can be elected. So, in your own words, tell us what makes you stand out from the other candidates. We'll start with this side this time. Yeah.
Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm a third year international and I'm serving DMU. So the one thing lies in my strategic planning, where like I bring planning into action, and like some academic campaigns where I came across with some international students, like how they can choose, and then there is attending by a program management board meeting with DMU, so we can address the issues and try to find out what is the best way to help the academic progress of the individual students.
Yeah, sounds perfect. And you?
Okay, so similarly, as I mentioned, I have quite a bit of experience. And what makes me stand out, I think, is that I'm in my final year of a PhD, and a lot of my attention now is going towards academia and looking forward to how improvements can be made to the academic process, so that in future people coming into the university and those that are already at the university can have more opportunities, and the opportunities are more accessible, so that the opportunities that I had are still there, or that there are more opportunities, or that it's more accessible than what I had. Like I say, because of my experience, I feel like I've experienced every aspect of the opportunities available, and so to make those easier for people to access and use, I feel like is my defining feature when it comes to this role.
Take it. Thank you.
So I have a lot of experience already liaising with higher ups, tutors, students, because I've been a course rep since first year. And this year in particular, my class hasn't had the best experience, so I've been voicing our concerns all year. I was able to get our final handing pushed back by 3 weeks, purely because I was voicing what my class was telling me. And I think I'm capable. I have a lot of friends in departments and year groups across the university, like loads of different faculties, and I talk to them regularly. And I'm aware of a lot of course-wide issues already, so I believe I can do what I did for my class on a much wider scale if I was elected.
Okay.
As I said, I've been in course rep and student council, so I've come across a lot of students boards. So with Rock Society, I've come across, well, last year we had 100 members. But on top of that, with being a software engineering student, I can approach things in a different way to other people, because it's helped me gain analytical and problem-solving skills that other candidates might not have, and hopefully make me be able to solve the problems that students have in the best way possible.
Okay.
I think a lot like everyone else, I have a lot of experience and a lot of I think definitely one of my main things I think that sets me apart is that I have achieved quite a lot at the university. I've got I was awarded a certificate in my first and second year for best achievement in my year on my degree, and I think kind of having that kind of commitment to the academic system, I think would make me I think that's what sets me apart.
Okay, yeah, great. Thank you. You're all bringing so much to the table. Thank you for your responses. As De Montfort SU is an organisation run by students for students, the executive officers will be working full-time to lobby the university and challenge them to provide the best student experience possible. So, let's hear some questions from the students.
Academic executive, what do you think the university needs to change to make the academic experience better for the students?
I personally think the communication is better because a lot of the way the communication methods that are used, students miss out on a lot of vital information. A lot of students don't know where they can access their module handbooks, for example. A lot of students just simply aren't aware of their own deadlines because it's just not communicated. I think even events like, I don't think a lot of students are aware that the elections are going to be happening next week, because I don't think people actually understand how much of a role the DSU plays, purely because the communication is not that great.
Okay, so what would you suggest, like one thing?
I think rather than using emails, I think we should change. We should use Teams as a communication channel, because that's what the student ambassadors use. Like, that's what they use to get their information across quickly. And there's over 300 ambassadors in the university, and that way every student would get a direct message to their phone. So,
Yeah, and should we go?
Oh, sorry.
Well, one of the big problems right now is block learning, because when they introduced it, there was a lot of feedback that for some courses it won't work, and it needs to be a more, instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, it needs to be a tailored approach depending on the course and the faculty. Like, for example, I know of students that failed last year mainly because of block learning, because some things it takes a while to understand, especially computer science, software engineering and courses like that, because some things you need to understand what the computer's doing before you can actually know how to program something in the right way, because you can switch two commands and it will output totally differently, and a lot of people they need the extra time so it clicks in your head. But it's the same with other courses as well. They don't have enough time to learn things, and also it's been proven that if you learn things rapidly, then you won't learn it as well, and you'll lose the knowledge over a few months. So some things from first year, people in second year, like, I don't remember doing this.
Okay, then should we move on to you?
Yeah, I mean, to jump off of that, I've definitely heard from the arts students in my faculty, the ADH faculty, that they've been having trouble with workshops and trying to get access to things like kilns and 3D printers, which, you know, if everyone's on the same kind of tight schedule like that, it can be hard to get access to those. So while I think, you know, it's not like we can change the whole block teaching system, but definitely like a tailored approach would be good, like improving those things that we can change. And I think as well, to jump off of what you said about people not knowing about the student union, I think I wrote this in my manifesto. I definitely want to have on-campus events to engage people and kind of energize interaction with student government and with kind of all the different paths of kind of communication that are available that we just don't know about.
Okay, and this way.
Thank you, Roby. So one of the current problems that is emerging in pedagogy, so teaching, is that students are using a lot more tools like that of AI. A bit scary, but one of the issues is that students are using these tools to complete work and them getting pulled up on academic malpractice. One of the things that I want to change is that I want to ensure that I'm not going to ban any of these tools, don't get me wrong, but one of the things that I want to teach my fellow students is about sustainable usage of these tools, where we can use them in order to aid some of the learning that they are undertaking. For example, like my other candidates have mentioned, there are some cases of short-term learning where students aren't absorbing the information at the rate that's required by the course. So to suggest sustainable uses for these tools can help students to improve their academic experience overall and to avoid things like plagiarism and academic malpractice for using these kind of services, and to support students when they do get pulled up on academic malpractice, so that they understand where they went wrong and how things can be improved for the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would say like there is not only particular challenge as an international student, because a first year international student has some might different challenges rather than third year. So we have to look in the different perspective, to different in the way. So, and I would say like students should not be afraid to reach out to these teachers, because in DMU teachers are always ready to help us, because wherever like if they go wrong, like they are always here to guide us. So I would say like there is not only particular challenge, okay, but there is list of challenges you will come across as a part of a student. But I would say come and speak to the DMs and staff, and we are happy to address the issues.
Yes, no, thank you guys. Some really great responses there. A good variety as well, might I say. Let's go to other questions from the students.
For the academic executive, what do you plan to encourage student integrity for amongst students?
So he said, how are you planning to promote academic integrity among students? So I think it's already kind of been touched upon on this side, but how would you guys do the same? Maybe in terms of like AI, the use of that, or, you know.
Well, I think a big thing that causes kind of academic malpractice like that is, I don't know if it's necessarily the right word, but kind of desperation. Like, I think, you know, there are some people who just would do it anyway, but I think if we can do what we can to make the academic situation less stressful, and make sure that people know what they can do if they need help, then like, especially with academic issues, then I think, you know, the chances of that kind of thing happening would be much lower, certainly. And of course, we already have very robust systems in place with Turnitin to detect plagiarism and everything like that. So I think the big thing would be definitely de-stressing the situation.
Okay.
Come back to block learning. One of the academic practice officers told me that they'd had an increase in people using AI and people being referred, and but with the change to block learning that I'm hoping to make, hopefully that would decrease the use of AI, but would also advise students on what could potentially happen, because I don't think a lot of them realise how much they can be penalised and things like that. It's a good tool for learning. I use it myself sometimes. Like when we're taught in classes something and I don't fully understand it, I'll put it into ChatGPT and ask it to explain, what's this concept, and make it easier so I understand it. It's good for that, but I sort of advise students not to use it for actual coursework.
Okay.
Also try and help them find better ways to do their coursework, and advise them of resources they can use as well.
Thank you.
I think I'd focus on getting granting students better access to specialist equipment, because my course in particular, and a lot of the art courses, we have very limited access to Cintiqs, so they're like screens you can draw on, particularly in the library, which is you're supposed to have, be able to do your coursework whenever you want there, but because of how it works, you can only loan equipment when staff are there, and staff are only there till like 10 p.m. So especially out of semester, like holiday time, so like when the term ends, so Christmas holidays, for example, there's a lot of time for you to do your work, but because of the limited staff rota, you can only loan equipment literally when staff are there. So if you wanted to do your work after midnight, you can't do that. And obviously on a creative course, or creative courses in general, your work takes a lot longer to do than writing an essay or something like you need 24/7 access. So that's important.
So I've already talked about how to improve integrity, so I'll just go on to say that one of the things that I want to do is to offer students one-to-one sessions where I can talk to them about any academic issues that they're having, help them finding resource and navigate any of the systems that DMU uses for their learning, and generally just offer a personal experience to students if they need to, drop-in sessions, booking a one-to-one, meeting in the library, anything like that, just to offer that personal experience and that personal teaching touch to those students that need the help the most.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the terms of integrity, it's good to have the well-being approach for the as a student as well, for our students. And second thing, for this as well, I've tried to open a new club on the DSU, which is called Sky Club, for well-being support for the students. And another thing as well, there are so many things. Okay, every individual has different types, like they can learn. Some are audio learners, some are video learners. So in the assessment, we can have different types of projects, assessment, presentation, writing exam, on campus, online exam. So by this, it would be fair for everyone, they should have all approach. So none of the candidate will feel, okay, I'm not able to do this. So you will have different approaches, different way to address your academic goals.
Okay, thank you guys. Well, that concludes the candidate debates for the academic executive officer role. We hope that you'll find out more about the candidates standing for this role. Voting is now open, and you can head to the link or visit the polling booths on campus or Kimberlin Library or the other faculty buildings across campus between the 4th and 11th of March. By voting in the elections, you have a chance to win £100 every single day during voting, as well as a variety of freebies across every day. So what are you waiting for? Use your student voices and vote today. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you very soon.